confirmed the attack but said it was successfully repelled. One of the passengers aboard the train, Anas Iro Danmusa, took to Facebook to solicit for prayers for those in the train. He said the young persons planted explosives on the rail which damaged the train's engine. Joining us this time around to discuss this, we have a security expert, Yahuza Getso, and we hope to get the MD of the Railway Corporation in a bit to give us more insight on what exactly happened. But we'll just look at the security angles right now with Yahuza. Many thanks for joining us on the breakfast and Plus. It has happened before, but we were alarmed when we heard of report of the train being attacked in the wake of an attack that happened at the airport just 2 days before. What exactly is really happening in Kaduna State security-wise? What has the government failed to see, really? Yahuza.
Well, good morning once again. Actually, it's been a kind of a big embarrassment and very disheartening and a kind of really discouraging issues around leadership, issues around who are these bandits, what is the aim, what is the objective, what is the motive. I console and sympathize with those who are affected, the victims, and I condole Kaduna State, Nigeria, and especially the families of those who lost their life. That is the 11 person that has been confirmed recently. And we hope and pray that those in captivity will be negotiated and released, or the effort of the Forest Marshal and the government security forces will do everything needful to ensure that they are fast-tracked and brought out from their captivity. What has been going on in Kaduna State is really saddening. It's really sad, disheartening. Nigerian government under Buhari's watch, as I have been saying, have kind of budgeted, released, spent highest amount of money as far as security is concerned since Nigeria's independence. But so sad. Fortunately and unfortunately, because of the situation we find ourselves, whereby the issues around recruitment of personnel, the issues around lack of synergy between the security outfits, the issues of kind of confrontational use of competitive situation or competitive arrangements between the security agencies have made it very difficult for us to achieve anything. We really believe and agree that government personnel are doing all the best they can, even though, as I have been arguing, they are handcuffed because they don't have adequate equipment. There are issues around kind of monitoring, tracking, and supervising the security formations, as well as the issues around the feedback mechanism. Sometimes back, about a couple of months, this to be security threat to anybody, any commuter, either using kind of road or using the train, because those villages like Akilibu, Gadamala, Momon, or utilizing the available information, intelligence information that we have been voluntarily sharing. Because as far as I'm concerned, I alone, beside other professional and experts on security, intelligence, and investigation, I know we have been providing free services aimed at providing information that could have been utilized in dealing with this situation decisively. Of course, the political administration, that is the Kaduna State government, have been listening and have been really in consultation with us, especially with me, in respect to the situation around the state, and they have been utilizing. And what we have is the responsibility for us to speak and for us to provide the information.
All right,
But
Yahuza, if I just may interject, sorry about that. I really want to find out, from your preliminary investigation so far, from what happened yesterday, what can you really tell us exactly? What went wrong? What are the feedbacks that you are getting right now?
Well, from the feedback, Allahu Akbar, according to the information I have from the informally, because I have not gotten it from the formal, either from Kaduna State government or from the Nigeria Railway Corporation, but rather from about a few people that were in the train and some of the relatives of other people that, yes, they had the explosion, the bomb or the explosive exploded. And after exploding, then they started receiving shootings sporadically. Someone was the former deputy governor of Zamfara State who was also shot at his leg. That is everybody was running shelter-skelter before they started some immigration and other security outfits that they had been kind of competing with nail quarters at the train stations in order to obtain tickets to either go to Kaduna from Abuja or from Abuja or from Kaduna to come to Abuja, which is not supposed to. Because if at quarters, how can you see a general, a whole major general, a whole commissioner of police, a whole inspector general, deputy inspector general of police, sometimes even the inspector general of police himself cannot even fly the Kaduna-Abuja road, less than 200 kilometers. This is really a shameful act, and it is really saddened. Even our governors, the governors of northwestern states and the governors of almost all the states of the federation that are crossing Abuja to Kaduna, they cannot fly the road, which is less than 200 kilometers. So masses and common man have been left at the mercy of the criminals. They kidnap them and they ask them to sell out whatever they have in order to pay ransom. So government should sit to its responsibility. And I have been warning the government, and I'll repeat myself, this activity of these bandits and criminals started
from just before we introduce our second guest briefly, who joins the conversation, there's been a lot of denial as at the time this information broke. I mean, the news making the rounds late hours of yesterday, there's a lot of denial. Some people have tagged this as fake news. And this is the same thing that happened, with the Kaduna attack. So why are people, I mean, there's a lot of people saying this is wrong, nothing happened, the fact that people are denying, and you still have some people who have spoken, immediately, who have sent a distress call from that train. So why do we have all of this mixed reaction? Some people saying that this never happened, there was never an attack. As a matter of fact,
because people don't have confidence on the authority. Conflicting issues between Nigerian Army and Nigerian Air Force and National Security Advisor, as well as other security outfits and some of the governors and their lieutenants. So it is as a result of this, we have politicized the issue of security. That is why sometimes those who are pro-government always try to quickly deny and send a signal that no, it didn't happen, because they don't want the reality to come out. They don't want people to know
Yahuza, we quickly need to bring in the Railway Corporation. Let's get their own side of the story, and we'll try and talk to you in a bit again so we can just wrap up. But we have joining us right now, President of the Railway Union, Workers Union, Innocent Aji. He's joining us via phone. Good morning to you, Innocent Aji. Thanks for joining us on The Breakfast.
Oh, good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
Can you tell us exactly what happened yesterday with the train, the Kaduna-Abuja train, and what is the situation right now as we speak?
We managed to escape, trying to stop, because once the train derailed, there's just nothing the driver can do. So that now brought the train to a stop, according to the information I received from those that are still right there at the scene of the event. So that the attackers now forced the doors of the train open, kidnapped some people, and even killed some people. So the number of those that were killed is yet to be ascertained by me, and then the number of people kidnapped are yet to be ascertained, because as at the time I spoke with them, The soldiers were there, the police were there, the Red Cross Society were there, and they are trying to evacuate the dead bodies and even the injured to the hospital.
All right, very quickly, Innocent. We are almost out of time, but I just want to find out what exactly has been done or was missed. You said that this is not the first time. We're all aware of that when it happened last year, and it happened again yesterday. One would have thought that proactive measures would have been put in place to ensure that things like this do not happen. As a union, as a workers' union, were you in consultation with maybe the Railway Corporation, and did you have talks on security?
Last time it was in the night, about the same time, and this time around it's about the same time. So we have advised, and the management of railway actually built up security on the train. So it's like the kidnappers or the bandits are aware of the number of security on the train and how to attack. That was why they went and synergized and someone attacked the train, making the security on the train powerless. So that is the situation. We have been talking and we have been advising time without number. But at times the information falls on deaf ears.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Innocent. I'm afraid I'm really sorry that we can't really take much of from you right now because of time. But we must say a very big thank you to you, Innocent Gigi of the Railway Corporation workers, and of course Yahoo's Gets a security expert who also joined us. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your thoughts this morning. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's been a great pleasure.
And that's the size of our conversation. If you missed out on any part of it, it's okay to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's at PlusTvAfrica and PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. Many thanks for watching. I am Messi Boko.
And I'm Justin Academy. Thanks for being a part of the show. Stand by for the news brief, which comes up momentarily. Stay with us.
For upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Bookie November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on PlusTvAfrica.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
There is no voting on social media. To vote, you would require permanent voter's card. To get your PVC, visit cvr.inecnigeria.org. Create your account with a valid email address. You will get a registration slip to pick your permanent voter's card when ready. Get your PVC today. This message is from PlusTvAfrica.
Good morning. This is the news brief. I am Justin Akadonye. A Kaduna-bound train has been attacked by yet-to-be-identified gunmen, forcing the stoppage of the locomotive and apprehension of over 900 passengers on board. The suspected terrorists reportedly detonated an explosive device on the rail track between Katari and regional stations. Now, the federal government had deployed 6 surveillance vehicles on the same corridor. The Plus TV News spoke with the Managing Director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, NRC, Fidet Ohiria. All right, we'll bring you details of that subsequently. Meanwhile, the Kaduna State government says the military has rescued the Kaduna-bound train passengers trapped by terrorists on Monday night. In a statement issued by the Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, the government said information about the rescue mission was conveyed to it by security operatives. Aruwan said the government received multiple reports of an attack on the Abuja-Kaduna train service around Katwa, reported killed in Abeokuta in the past 1 week as members of AA and IA confraternities engaged in a supremacy battle. The clash between the rival court groups got to its peak following the gruesome murder of an area boy popularly known as Tommy in Oluo, Abeokuta. Now, the police said 18 persons have been arrested and calm seems not to have been restored.
We have a supremacy battle between the two rival court groups in Sagamu area yesterday, which has left 1 person dead. But the situation has been brought under control. The command is doing everything possible to ensure that those to supervise the men that were deployed to that place. We have men of anti-forces section, the SWAT, the anti-kidnapping unit, as well as the conventional police in all the divisional headquarters that made up Shagamu area command. So the operation is coordinated by the area commander, Shagamu area command. As can assure you now that the situation is under control, and we are going after this one after the other. The CP has decided that the battles will be taken to their doorstep, because some people cannot just be giving privileged rights to law-abiding citizens of the state. We are an organization that is constitutionally saddled with responsibility of protection of life and property.
Now,
and as such, we will not allow all these so-called parties
we understand that.
And as I'm talking to you now, about 18 among these parties have been arrested. And we are not going to stop at that. All others that were directly or already arrested in court in this fracas, they are going to be brought to court. We will not rest on our hands until the last of them is arrested. Enough is enough.
Well, staying with security matters, several people have been killed and injured in a bloody clash between herdsmen and farmers in Gori local. Meantime, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, has hinted that the establishment of civil-military cooperation by the armed forces of Nigeria is meant to engender trust with the civil populace and enhance military operations. Irabo restated the commitment of the military towards building the confidence of the citizenry as well as to take ownership of the military, describing it as core element of civil-military relations in democracy. According to him, the military in a democracy is the protector of people and their communities, contrary to the era when it was seen as an instrument for the pontification of the ruler. He confirms that Nigeria is faced with security issues as terrorism, insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, and other contemporary security challenges, which the military with other agencies have been applying both kinetic and non-kinetic approaches to overcome. The defense chief said the conduct of security operations by the military cannot be successful without civilian support and collaboration. Away from security matters now. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has restated that the 7-day ultimatum given to all illegal occupants on the Apogbon Bridge to vacate the place still stands. Sanwo-Olu said this during an on-the-spot assessment of the extent of damage done by the fire accident that occurred under the bridge last week. A PlusTvAfrica correspondent, Love Ikuku,
which was said to have started around 3 a.m. The visit of Governor Sanwo-Olu to the area gave him an ample opportunity to have a first-hand information on the situation.
The level of destruction, very, very extremely unfortunate. This is a clear testimony of how public assets should not be turned to. And so we've given 7 days notice. And I want to reiterate, it's still on. So Wednesday is the deadline for everybody that has anything to have left there.
He interacted with some of the traders and stressed the need for them to vacate the place for the general good of the people. For the government, trading under the bridges is a big risk that surely outweighs its benefits. But the traders seem not to be favorably disposed to any planned relocation.
We are just begging them to have mercy on us, temper justice with mercy. There's millions of naira has gone to the drain, and some people are still in the hospital due to the shock. So it's not as if we are happy that this happened.
In as much that we appreciate that it is their livelihood, but their safety is more important to us. Safety of life and properties is the key.
What looks paramount on Governor Sanwo-Olu's mind is how to restore normalcy to the area as soon as possible. He told the people that his government is not out to make life miserable or tough for his citizens, but to ensure their safety.
I will work with the Special Advisor CBD and the local government chairman. I will see how we bring forward representative of the traders, and we can both identify where we can reallocate or relocate them to very, very, very quickly. And these are some of the things that we're going to do to ensure that they do not miss their source of livelihood. But to go back to how it's been done is to mean that we're being reckless, because we cannot be assured of the safety.
Eco Bridge is one of the 3 bridges that connects Lagos Island, the commercial and financial district of Lagos, to the mainland. Although the cause of the inferno is yet to be determined, it is alleged that it was caused by some combustible materials stored under the bridge. From Lagos, Love Ikuku Oyedoku, Plus TV News.
And now to maritime security. As part of efforts to combat illegal bunkering, which has been identified as a form of economic sabotage, the Nigerian Navy has handed over a vessel arrested with over 2 million liters of crude and 14 crew to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, for further investigations and prosecution. Executive Officer of the Nigerian Navy, Forward Operating Base, Bonny, Commander Ibekwe Obadu, said the vessel, which was flying a Nigerian flag with 14 crew members, including 13 Nigerians and 1 Ghanaian, was arrested on the 5th of January offshore Bonny Fairway Buoy, with its automatic identification system switched off for 8 days. On his part, a representative of the EFCC, Arashta Shaka said investigations will be conducted to ascertain the offences levelled against them, while prosecution would follow immediately.
Prayer 1 was arrested offshore Boniface Boy. The vessel was flying Nigerian flag with 14 crew, 13 Nigerians and 1 Ghanaian. Preliminary investigation revealed that the vessel was laden with 2,458,350 litres of crude oil, while she had 10,000 litres of automotive gas oil in her service tanks as her bunker.
Taking over our ceremony, we will subject the vessel in question and the crew members to thorough investigation and ensure that everyone involved is prosecuted.
Commander Ibekwe also handed over a vessel, MT Saibo, to the Nigerian Maritime and Safety Agency in Massa for further investigation and appropriate sanction, saying it was arrested for automatic identification system infractions and an expired Massa certificate.
The vessel was arrested for automatic identification system infractions as well as expired NIMASA certificate. Based on Eastern Regional Control Center intercept, the vessel was tracked in Nigerian waters on 19th November 2021 from when she went stealth and was later detected 23 nautical miles south of Lome. Pertinently, it was also noted that the vessel was seen entering Nigerian exclusive zone on 15th of February 2022 and anchored at Anchorage Prohibited Area in Lagos on 16th February 2022.
When they intercepted me last month of 20, and they said my offense was my AIS is off, so which I led them to understand that my AIS off due to my machinery that failed, because my AIS being powered by the generator. So, and when my generator is being down, so the AIS is not more working at that time.
For 90
so,
days.
For when I rectified the problem, then the AIS come up back.
For 90 days.
So, which I explained to them. So I have a failure of AIS, which I later.
Now, Vice Chairman Obasanjo Presidential Library at Belkota, Ogun State capital. During the opening session, former President Obasanjo and Vice President Jamie Oshibajo said that West Africa and the whole of Africa at large are currently going through a perilous storm following the political instability in some parts of the continent.
You will agree with me that the state of democracy in West Africa, and indeed in Africa, requires urgent attention. In recent years, we have witnessed a return of coup d'etat, election fraud, and political violence resulting in instability and threatening the developmental gains we have made in the last couple of decades. I feel very sad, and it gives me great concern when I see the democratic system we have painfully built collapsing. And I believe there must be a solution, because the problem is human, and all human problems can't be solved by human beings.
In other words, we have developed a fairly robust language of censure and a sophisticated punitive framework for responding to extra-constitutional political interventions. But we have not yet been able to formulate a similarly sophisticated framework for addressing the infractions of elected governments that fall short of democratic best practices or break faith with their citizens. If this concern is left unaddressed, it will deepen the perception of regional groupings such as ECOWAS as being no more than elite transnational clubs of powerful leaders only interested in maintaining their own privileges. This will ultimately lead to an erosion of the legitimacy of the Pan-African institutions that our nations have labored hard to build.
And now to other parts of the continent, Djibouti's leader, President Ismail Omar Guelleh, has held a bilateral meeting on regional issues of mutual concern with Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in Addis Ababa. Now, both leaders explored ways of strengthening multifaceted cooperation between the two countries, discussed energy, how to promote trade through upgrading the performance of logistics, the ports, roads, among others. Now, this latest visit comes 3 weeks after the defense forces of Ethiopia and Djibouti agreed to expand cooperation during the 9th Ethiopia-Djibouti Defense Chiefs of Staff meeting held in Addis Ababa.
Energy, we discussed about water, how to promote trade through upgrading the performance of the logistics, the ports, the road. You know, Djibouti and Ethiopia has very integrated economies. Sometimes we are also quoted as a role model. Today, the visit of the president was really very successful.
And outside of Africa, 3 people have died and 5 others injured after a light aircraft crashed inside a supermarket in the municipality of Temixco in central Mexico. Now, emergency workers arrived at the scene where they assisted the 5 injured people, 4 of whom were shopping at a supermarket when the aircraft crashed. Temixco's authorities said the 4 people on board the aircraft took off from Acapulco in Guerrero State and headed to Puebla. Now, 3 of them were killed in the accident, and the other person has been treated. Now, Morales Prosecutor's Office and Civil Aeronautics will investigate the causes that led to the accident, according to local authorities. Well, let's talk business now. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, says it has disbursed 948 billion naira to over 4 million smallholder farmers to upscale food production in the country. Now, the CBN Governor, Godwin Emefiele, disclosed this in Ado-Ekiti while delivering the 25th and 26th combined convocation lecture of the Ekiti State University in Ado-Ekiti. He spoke on the topic, the role of to 778,000 beneficiaries under the credit facility. This, he said, is to help households and businesses. Grand finale of the 4th edition of Girls in Tech Bootcamp 2022, the girls developed various projects on how technology can be used to solve problems and make life easy. Our correspondent Ngozika on HSC reports.
According to reports, women make up nearly half of the total workforce in technology. Women across various career fields are seen as being marginalized in the tech sector. Here, the girls are encouraged to break loose and bridge the gender gap between men and women in the tech industry. In a space of 3 weeks, these young tech girls have been able to work together and develop projects that can solve life issues and make life much easier.
We have a user-friendly chat box which actually makes our web platform the best user-friendly place for you to use. An average Nigerian can use it.
It's a system that helps sort out your goods and detect the best way to get it delivered.
Put your hands together for Connect Care.
Developer manager at Microsoft Cloud, Eduabasi Chunwiki, shares her experience in the tech industry and encourages the girls to continue to do their best.
In my external-facing role, when I'm getting into conversations, I'm pretty much in a room with a lot of board members of IT, sort of just trying to say, you know, the cloud is the way forward, and then you sort of turn around the room and realize you're the only woman. I didn't see that as a deterrent, right? I saw that as, oh, this is an opportunity to get a lot more women, to do more, to be more.
Anugo Poud, the founder of Africa Agility, says in the next 10 years, 5,000 female youth in the tech ecosystem will be trained.
Africa Agility wants to launch the women into the tech ecosystem so that they can compete with their male counterparts. So we are launching Girls in Tech Business School, and it will be starting next month. And this is not just for the girls that have gone through our programs. We are targeting girls across Africa that have great, amazing business idea, but they don't have the skills and the competency to be able to launch into the marketplace.
Eco Innovation Center, we are big on supporting startups. So the doors always open for them to come back to us with their ideas, and we will fund them. We will mentor them, and we'll provide them space for them to collaborate with all our seasoned entrepreneurs to be able to grow their products and scale their products and get them to commercialization.
These young tech girls are super excited about their projects and the impacts so far.
I really wish other girls can be in tech too, girls that are interested in tech to be in tech. So mostly in my hostel, I'm also a student leader. So the thing I can do for people is like students in my hostel, they are female. We should like have all these entrepreneurship week. I'm willing to take them UI UX classes.
I believe that once I have learned what I need to learn, I will definitely be able to assist others to come up to and to encourage both mothers and young girls to do what they have to do to make it.
Despite the rapid growth in Nigeria's technology sector, only very few women have the opportunity to participate as founders of tech businesses. But with a program like this, perhaps the narrative is changing. Ngozika Ohaichesi, Plus TV News.
In entertainment news now, Will Smith has apologized to Chris Rock for slapping the comedian at Sunday night Oscars ceremony, issuing a statement after the Film Academy said it might take action against Smith for an incident that overshadowed the industry's top awards. Smith, in a post on Instagram, said his behavior at a televised ceremony was unacceptable and inexcusable. He wrote, quote, "I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong." End of quote. Now, Smith strode on stage and struck Rock in the face after the comedian made a joke about the appearance of Smith's wife. Less than an hour later, Smith won Best Actor for his role as the father of tennis stars Venus and Serena Williams in King Richard. Sports news now. Nigeria and Ghana have held their training sessions at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja on Monday as they prepare for the second leg of the qualifiers to grab a spot at the World Cup in Qatar later this year. Ghana hosted the Super Eagles of Nigeria last Friday in a match that ended in a goalless draw, although Nigeria got a penalty that was overruled by the video assistant referee VAR. Both teams acknowledged not giving their best performance during the first leg in Kumasi, Ghana, but on Monday they said they are determined to make changes to put them over the top in the rematch today. The match has been tagged Jollof War by Soccer Pundit, and depending on who wins today, it will either be Nigeria's 7th participation at the World Cup or Ghana's 4th.
This opportunity rarely come, in high-level matches like this. So when you have a chance, you have to take it. Ghana played very well, totally from day one. It's not a pushover, it's a thing that we respect. And the same way they respect Nigeria team as well. And yeah, they played very well. There was no clear-cut chance for the Ghana team, but we came close to scoring. So all we need to do tomorrow, every chance we get tomorrow must count. So scoring goals is what we'll try to correct.
As we all know, it can be difficult because we know how Ghana play. So we decide to retreat back because the point is enough for us. Because we all know when they come here, they will take it.
To be honest, I don't think we're better than Nigeria, but I don't think they're better than us. It was an equal day, I think everybody saw, and it will be very, very equal tomorrow. So it's I can't say that they are favorites, we are favorites, but what I can say is if we shoot one goal, it hurts more than if they shoot one goal.
We had a fighting spirit in the first leg in Kumasi, and then obviously, the game was 0-0, so we won nothing until now. So we are here to push more and then to give a more fighting spirit. So we should expect something.
And sports news wraps it for us and the news brief. For more stories, please follow us at PlusTvAfrica on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And do subscribe to our YouTube channel at PlusTvAfrica and PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. I am Justin Akadonye. Many thanks for watching. Plus Sports comes up next.
There is no voting on social media. To vote, you would require a permanent voter's card. To get your PVC, visit cvr.inecnigeria.org. Create your account with a valid email address and start the registration process. An activation link will be sent to you. Click on the link and activate your account. Fill out the form, pick and submit a convenient date and time for your biometrics. Print the application slip, which should have your QR code. On the appointed date, go to the nearest INEC office for your biometric capturing. Thereafter, you will get a registration slip to pick your permanent voter's card when ready. Get your PVC today. This message is from PlusTvAfrica.
Increase the reach of your events or business services. To advertise on PlusTvAfrica, please call 0906 000 5719 or 0909 040 8408 or send an email to marketing@PlusTvAfrica.com. Plus TV Africa. Big stories live here.
This is it for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Booking November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on PlusTvAfrica.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect them.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 and they pay.
for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Booking November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on PlusTV Africa.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
Tuesday, and it's the D-Day. Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa, welcome on the show. My name is Wally Scott. And, Mukail, the irony of the match, as important and as crucial as this match is, it's been dubbed the Jollof War. You know?
It is.
What's with this Jollof thing, really?
I think you have to ask the Ghanaians. They just will not accept that we have the better jollof rice.
And let's emphasize, let's close down on it. The best jollof rice in the whole wide world is the Yoruba party jollof rice. Yay! Nothing, the bay leaf and all that, nothing takes it away from them.
I wonder what Francis has to say about that. But we move on to
let's look at the match first, and then we'll come back. Yeah. Nigeria and Ghana held training sessions at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in the Nigerian capital of Abuja yesterday, Monday, as they prepare for the second leg of their qualifiers to grab a spot at the World Cup in Qatar later this year. Now, Ghana hosted the Super Eagles of Nigeria last Friday in a match that ended in a goalless draw, although Nigeria got a penalty that was overruled by the video assistant referee VAR. Both teams acknowledged not giving their best performance during the first leg in Kumasi, Ghana, but on Monday, they said they are determined to make changes to put them over the top in the rematch on Tuesday, March 29th, that's today. Now, the match has been tagged the Jollof War by soccer pundits, and depending on who wins tomorrow, it will either be Nigeria's 7th participation at the World Cup or Ghana's 4th.
This opportunity rarely come, in high-level matches like this. So when you have a chance, you have to take it. Ghana played very well, I told you from day one. It's not a pushover, it's a thing that we respect. And the same way they respect Nigeria team as well. And yeah, they played very well. There was no clear-cut chance for the Ghanaian team, but we came close to scoring. So all we need to do tomorrow, every chance we get tomorrow must count. So scoring goals is what we'll try to correct.
As we all know, it can be difficult, because we know how Ghana play. So we decide to retreat back, because the point is enough for us. As we all know, when they come here, they will take it.
To be honest, I don't think we're better than Nigeria, but I don't think they are better than us. It was an equal day, I think everybody saw, and it will be very, very equal tomorrow. So I can't say that they are favorites, we are favorites. But what I can say is, if we shoot one goal, it hurts more than if they shoot a goal.
We had a fighter spirit in the first leg in Kumasi, and then obviously the game was still 0-0, so we won nothing till now. So we are here to push more and then to give a more fighting spirit. So we should expect something more than we did.
It's as simple as it gets, Mukail. Eguavoin says we must take our chances, and the Ghanaian coach says, listen, I'm not saying we're better. I'm not saying they are better. I'm only saying we've come here to win.
These two teams know each other so well that they are practically evenly
Too
matched.
much history.
Yes. No matter how good one side is or better than the other, the fact that they know each other so well, the fact that even on both sides, the coaching staff have faced each other either as ex-footballers of previous coaching sojourns against each other. The fact is, this is practically a derby, and form is out the window during a derby.
AJ Ajasa said it before the first leg and said, we won't win in Ghana. We won't lose either. But in Nigeria, he said it this morning, a few minutes ago, that we'll win. He's so sure of it. I don't know why.
Well, I mean,
he just got married, so there's this optimism in his life, you know.
I'm sure a lot of Ghanaians feel exactly the same way, that Ghana will win.
Yeah.
At this point, it's winner takes all. So everyone, there's no middle ground. There's no room for it. You can't stay on the fence on this one. You pick your sides. And as Nigerians, we are all optimistic. We are all hopeful that we are going to win. And some of us are more certain than others.
We're at home. We've got the crowd at this point.
Yes.
And the boys are willing to win. In fact, the way Moses Simon sounded in that interview, he was like, they are willing to draw blood, if it's possible. Make sure we get this point. Now, like AJ, are you as optimistic?
Yes, I am absolutely as optimistic. The truth is, when Nigerian players, when the Super Eagles, no matter what generation, when they are this focused, and they all look so focused,
true,
so ready for this, when they are this focused, and when you count the fact that the coaching staff knows them so well, knows the rival so well, knows the rivalry so well, and everyone is working in the same direction. If this was a foreign coach, a foreign coaching staff, I would be worried. But they're not. Everyone here knows what is expected of them.
Now we.
Yes.
Exactly. You know.
As we know each other well.
That's so.
Yeah.
So you give it to Super Eagles.
I give it to the
Okay,
Super
now
Eagles.
some good news. FC Robo Queens calls on the Delta State government to provide free level playing ground as they prepare for their match against Delta Queens. Now, they said we congratulate our fans and football lovers for standing by us as the NWFL Premiership 2021-2022 season gets to its tail end. We have approached all games so far in this league with a brave heart as we remain focused and determined to qualify for the NWFL Premiership Super 6 Challenge, where the league eventual winner will emerge. Now, we regret our banishment from our traditional home ground, which is the Legacy Pitch, National Stadium in Surulere, Lagos, to Dikpot Dina Stadium in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, due to our fans' encroachment to the pitch as we approached our last game of the season against Delta Queens. And this is the story, Mukail. Robo Queens are a Lagos State team, but because the fans encroached at the Legacy Pitch in Surulere in Lagos, National Stadium in Lagos, they were banished to Dikpot Dina Stadium in Ijebu-Ode. Now, they have their last 3 matches in the season against Delta Queens. And they played against Delta Queens. Now, there's this, let's be honest, it's not a public gist, but when you go and play in Delta, or when you go and do anything in Delta, if it's sports inclined, they will do everything mortally possible to make sure they win. I'm not saying they cheat. I'm only saying they do everything mortally possible.
Not cheating.
I didn't say cheating.
Dark arts.
Dark art, or they dig deeper, you know, so they do that. And so they are begging the government of, let us say, listen, it's the tail end. Even
football corruption in Italy. You know, it starts
when
off,
one club, I think Juventus?
Yes. Yeah. It starts off as little favoritism here. People wonder why people who are not initiated into the sport of football, why referees infuriate people so much. The truth is, when the game is imbalanced, the spirit of it is out the window. Right now, having to beg the government, and we've talked about this before, why government shouldn't be involved in sports.
In a way.
It's the kind of thing that can breed the kind of corruption that we hope is not present in our game. And unfortunately, on some level, even if it's not very public,
every day against Putin.
When they say an issue affects somebody, when we think about issues like racism, sexism, you know, it is always it behoves on the people who are benefiting from such systems to also stand up and fight against those systems. We wouldn't have so much success in our fights against sexism, the oppression of women, if plenty of men hadn't stood up.
True that.
We wouldn't have the same successes in racism if many white people hadn't fought and carried the baton along with us. So when Medvedev speaks up, we see a kin spirit in him.
True that.
And it's necessary that citizens, especially iconic citizens, those who are in the public eye, those who are celebrities in Russia, stand up and say, with our voices, we can
stop this.
Yes.
We know about the song that was organized by Michael Jackson, "We Are the World."
Yeah.
That was to actually stop war, stop all of this.
The truth is, whoever is in power in whatever area, whether it's in sports, whether it's in government, there's always going to be misinformation. It's the way tyrants get away with what they're doing.
Sure that.
Blanket the masses with misinformation, and even when the masses realize this is misinformation, it's too late because every bit of information.
The US Open champions